Wow.
I'm breaking down Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode by episode. Here's 99 details you missed in Season 2, Episode 3, The Jimmy Jab Game.
Ugh, motorcade duty. I honestly would rather sit around and listen to you talk about the right way to make paella.
There are 10 right ways.
Stop, I changed my mind. I've made a horrible mistake.
Title of your sex tape aside, there isn't a strict list of only 10 correct ways to make paella. It sounds weird in my accent, doesn't it? Paella. However, someone on Reddit did make a guess at the specific variants Boyle was talking about here.
Hey, Rosa, just who I was looking for.
There's a new sign above the kitchen sink, reminding the reader their mother does not in fact work here.
Can I have your friend Katie's phone number? I want to ask her out.
No, I don't mix personal and professional.
She did a little bit last season, but in fairness, that was after being pushed by Terry.
You are on the wrong side of history, my friend.
On the leftmost cabinet, there's a sign for Flatbush Avenue. Not only is it in the actual precinct, but it's home to the diner that makes Rosa's favorite pies. Next to it is where they store their Tupperware, and trust me, you do not want to know what they keep in it. Jake also moves to sipping his coffee when the camera cuts.
Katie, huh? I can't believe you're not still pining for Amy. I still think about
The time your Nana collapsed and accidentally pulled Mia's pants down.
best day of my life.
Glad to know this goes above his wedding, his Medal of Valor, and the day he adopted his dogs. He also copies Jake's sipping technique.
I don't have feelings for Amy anymore. Time for me to get out there and spread my wings.
This was so off-putting, he briefly banishes the two extras in the briefing room.
Get out there and spread my legs?
Either way.
Not either way, only wings.
Somewhere across the bullpen, Hitchcock and Scully's ears just perked up. This Chiron is almost an hour ahead of what Boyle's Watch showed in the cold open. If you've been keeping up with the series, you'll know this inaccuracy is fairly standard, but for this episode specifically, he has a new tactical watch, so this shouldn't be an issue. Despite this discrepancy, he still checks it after Holt announces,
The Serbian president is delayed in Washington, and we can't start locking down intersections until he takes off.
the Serbian president at the time was Tomislav Nikolic, who can actually be seen on the corkboard next to a map of his route that does actually pass by the precinct.
He's on an important call with the Albanian president.
Is that Bujar Nishani or is it still Bamir Topi?
Bamir Topi was replaced as president of Albania 2 years prior to this episode, so I'm guessing she already knew the answer and just wanted to flex knowing two names.
It just says no one likes you.
There's a 3-hour delay minimum.
Luckily for Terry, his watch shows he's already 3 hours ahead.
Captain Holt and I will have to leave for a meeting at One Police Plaza.
Dismissed.
A poster behind Jake reminds us that if a cop calls for money, it's not a cop, it's a con, which is a funny contrast to what he said in Undercover.
Hey, I was dirty. I took tons of bribes. 3-hour delay with no Holt or Terry. Do you have any idea what this means?
Makeovers.
No, Charles.
I'm honestly surprised his response wasn't Clubhouse related.
The Jimmy Jab Game. Yeah!
This is the first title drop of the episode, but it's only one of two to feature it in full. And Jake goes from pointing to open hands in the
The
cuts.
first Jimmy Jabs were held in 2008. The king of Iraq,
President Iran.
Armin Jimmy Jab,
Ahmadinejad.
came to New York.
This is once again historically accurate, as Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad visited New York for a UN gathering in 2008. He was also famously parodied by Fred Armisen on Saturday Night Live.
We were on call for 9 glorious hours in case there were protests.
There were actual protests, but as Jake implied, they were largely uneventful.
A young genius named Jake Peralta used the last piece of his bagel to create the first Jimmy Jab event.
Not only does the set include details that only appeared post-season 1, but it also features Amy. Her canon arrival at the precinct was 8 years prior to the 5th Halloween heist, so she's here a year early. To no one's surprise, Joel McKinnon Miller wasn't actually asleep here, as revealed by him flinching. And the successful bagel toss actually comes from the wrong direction before we see these 3 truly amazing facial expressions.
And the rest was history. We will commence with Jimmy Jab 7. Sus Jimmy Jabs. Jimmy Jabs.
Legs.
Jimmy Jabs. Sus
Jimmy Jab. Jimmy Jab.
No.
Jimmy Jab.
Is that how you plan on sitting? That's no better. Hands folded on your lap like a pervert?
Surprisingly, it's not the only time he's called this.
Ladies and gents and pervert Terry, we are in business.
What are you so nervous about?
Terry's mouth doesn't match what he's saying here.
There's a new drug in the precinct, and we need updated narcotics field kits. How could she say no to that?
As long as I'm asking for it, Madeline Wunsch can say no to anything.
Her constantly telling people no could also add to why she respected Holt so much for rejecting her.
Those are my tissues, Raymond. If you were planning on sneezing, you should have brought your own.
Terry untilts his head in the cuts.
I'm sure she wants what's best for the community.
This is the first of 4 episodes directed by Rebecca Asher, who also worked with Mike Schur on The Good Place and Man on the Inside.
She doesn't care about the community. This is War, Sergeant. The war on Wunsch.
This is of course a reference to the war on drugs, which is very fitting for this plotline.
Jimmy Jabs, huh? What do you say we make it interesting this year? Aha! We could play for Katie's number.
Not only does Jake snapping his fingers teleport these two, but they reappear when Rosa mentions it.
Is this why you wanted to do Jimmy Jabs?
Why? What gave it away?
You said aha and snapped your fingers.
You want to go out with Rosa's friend Katie?
Rosa has this dumb rule about not mixing work with personal stuff.
I once gave my aunt a jaywalking ticket and things really deteriorated between us.
So much so that this is her final mention, with the only other one being Amy's terrible date with her dentist.
She's pretty, I'm pretty, so it's settled.
These two uniformed officers walk past Rosa and Jake,
I'll give you $200 and I'll never ask you for another phone number again.
and then back back past Rosa despite Jake not clicking his fingers.
Done.
We once again join Gina and Boyle for a covert conversation in the copy room, which has been their go-to for such things since before they started smooshing booties. However, there's extra reasoning here, as Gina has just printed out the headshots to put on this whiteboard. She also goes from having 2 hands on the board to 1 before it snaps down in the cut.
This is an emergency. I've been filming my fitness routine with the precinct camera. They left the tape, and now it's gone.
Who cares? Who cares?
You.
Despite having 2 recording indicators, the precinct camera unfortunately doesn't have a timestamp. It's also oddly aligned with the rule of thirds, so at least his form is good when it comes to framing. This is our first look at Boyle's basement, which we learned about in the last episode. The unshaded bulb, hanging wire, water stains, tiny shorts, and exposed brickwork also really give his recording a found footage horror vibe.
I love that you're trying to step up your sex game. Strength is not your issue. Stop humming.
This is the first weird sex thing I haven't found any real-world connections to, which is both relieving and concerning that it took this long.
And it does not turn me on when you bend over and back up into me.
This, however, is indirectly followed up on in the next Jimmy Jabs episode.
Amy, it worked! The pegging worked!
What? No!
I'd also be remiss not to point out Gina once again in wolf apparel, with this airbrush design straight off an RVD singlet.
Did someone check out the camera this morning?
Yes, Hitchcock, you need to get that damn tape.
Okay.
I've seen people question why Gina didn't just get the tape due to her superior powers of manipulation, but her getting directly involved could raise suspicions if Hitchcock already knew who had it prior. Also, Gina voluntarily doing anything that involves effort seems kind of out of character.
All right, they're gone. Ceremonial bagel.
Jake rotates said bagel between cuts. But the helmet and hockey stick could be seen in the break room in prior episodes. And while this VFX fire is definitely better than what we saw in season 1, it does lightly toast the fourth wall by warping the edge of the frame. As well as this, it kind of turns Hitchcock into a backrooms type creature, but that's okay I guess, cause it's just the way he's wired. The ceremony is obviously parodying the Olympics, which opened up comparisons to a similar plot in The Office. Not only did 9/9 creator Mike Schur write and appear in the episode in question, but it was also the 3rd episode of the 2nd season. The stats behind Gina incorrectly list GTA as GIA, which of course stands for Getting in Autos.
Welcome to the Jimmy Jabs. We play to watch Amy lose.
Only 3 of the percentage changes are accurate, and the 2013 total has been lowered by 1, which I think was intentional to make the difference between the two 99.
But the real prize is the Winchester 3000. The only chair in the precinct with minimal staining.
Most of the street names listed either don't meet or are outside of the precinct, with the last likely being a crew Easter egg as it's in LA.
No broken rolly wheels.
Despite this claim, they really emphasize the squeak sound effects.
The loser of each event is eliminated. The winner gets a bonus in the final round.
While this explains the contestants continuing after someone is eliminated, the vague finale bonus is never brought up again.
In front of you is month-old Chinese food from the fridge.
We could actually see all of this earlier when Rosa opened the fridge. There was also a reminder on the door to empty out food weekly that clearly wasn't listened to.
On your mark, get set, Wahlberg.
Gina's first mark was famously impersonated on SNL by one Andy Samberg.
I'm Mark Wahlberg, you guys know me. Hey dog, how's it going? I like your fur, that looks really great.
I can't do this to my mouth.
Charles is eliminated.
I tried, but he's unbeatable.
Jake's phone disappears in the cuts.
You guys know this is free, right?
This establishing shot is at the Wellington E. Webb Municipal Office Building in Denver, Colorado. It's a particularly odd choice, given the exteriors shown before were of the actual One Police Plaza in New York. Despite this change, all interior shots are still filmed in the LA Times building.
Stay seated. Sergeant Jeffords, why don't you just lie down?
I can't sit any straighter than this.
Given she doesn't comment on Holt here, sitting too straight might be the issue.
We're here about a new and very potent form of ecstasy. Street name, Giggle Pig.
While it has nothing on weed strain names, some dealers do press their tablets with brands such as Tesla, Mitsubishi, and Superman. I'm geeked off that Clark Kent.
An embarrassing blight growing right under your nose. Not unlike that mustache you had.
That mustache was era appropriate.
This is true. Arguably the most directly linked to this look was the previously mentioned Tom Selleck.
This paperwork is a mess. A semicolon that should clearly be a full colon.
A colon introduces a list, quote, or explanation, while a semicolon separates two complete ideas in one sentence. Yes, this will be on the test.
It's just one typo.
Request denied.
Knockness from the Discord has returned to point out Wunsch doing this would actually be a Class A misdemeanor, likely resulting in arrest or demotion.
Wow.
Wunsch's office is the same one we saw in the Sneeze flashback. As this likely came with her promotion that Holt didn't know about, this means he has visited Wunsch since her arrival in Chocolate Milk.
It was a juicy piece of bait, and she unhinged her
her jaw and swallowed it whole, rejecting a valid request for such a petty reason.
Behind Holt is an honor roll, with the tagline Truth and Justice for All, which isn't directly linked to the NYPD, but is the title of a Metallica album, which is infinitely more important.
That's all the ammunition I need to go over her head. I also split an infinitive, and she didn't notice.
A split infinitive refers to breaking up a two-infinitive phrase with an adverb. Despite being used frequently in colloquial speech, some linguists continue to argue they aren't grammatically coherent.
Did you check out the department video camera by any chance?
Speaking of video cameras, you may be wondering how they filmed this without one appearing in the reflection. You know what? I've done a lot of talking, I'll give you a few seconds to guess. Okay, that's enough. Not too much thinking now. If your guess was to do with the mirrors, you'd be correct, as they're set in the wall at a slight angle to make a blind spot for the camera operator.
Yeah, I was gonna take it home and videotape the top of my head. I think I might be thinning up there.
This has been the case since '86, as we saw in 48 Hours.
Cool. So
Boyle almost drops the show's first cool. It's more tied to Jake, but that didn't stop.
Right, I want it back.
What's on it?
Nothing. I just really need it for no reason.
Appropriately, title of your sex tape.
I gotta get something in return.
I don't have any money, Hitchcock. I'm still paying my uncle's funeral bills. I rear-ended the hearse. It was a mess.
Charles throws stuff like this out so often, I'm gonna start keeping a list.
There's one thing I want, and it's not that big. I just want you to make me cool in everyone's eyes.
Detective Scully has withdrawn due to food poisoning, which I think we all saw coming.
At least he has a rubber band plane to keep him distracted.
Sure hope I don't sprain my arm during the race, because I'm gonna be opening up a lot of doors for Katie on our date. I'm gonna be a gentleman.
An extra appears after Rosa says,
What are you doing, Jake?
Trash talking you?
The fire door is once again open despite the sign that was prominently posted.
On your mark, get set, run!
For shots where you can't see their faces, stunt doubles were used, as seen in this behind-the-scenes photo. Incredibly nitpicky, but the red X over Scully has changed since we saw it last.
The next event will be keep your cover.
The pen itself flips in Gina's hands between cuts, so I guess it's a magic marker.
Talk to as many police officers as you can before being recognized.
Pregnant sex.
Yeah.
Jake awkwardly says yeah here.
Yeah.
Firstly, that's the name of my alter ego, who is actually normal about TV shows, and secondly, I'm guessing this was part of a cut line that wasn't erased correctly.
On your mark, get set.
Hitchcock is staring lustfully at Jake, which is actually explained in a second. He also has 2 table tennis paddles on his desk. Honestly, him and Scully engaging in like an actual sport might be the least realistic part of this whole episode.
I don't know how to make you cool.
The red X's have once again changed slightly.
I'm not even that cool myself. I mean, sure, I have a pizza stone.
You have cool friends, like Jake.
Hitchcock's watch skips ahead 10 minutes between cuts.
I just want to be part of a conversation where Jake uses my name.
Damn it, you asked too much.
I blew it.
Something, title of your sex tape.
He's kicking so much. You want to feel?
This is the same uniformed floor we saw when Rosa confronted Officer Dietmore.
No, that's a bad idea!
I got to 6.
Dumb baby. Just ruin everything.
Just like the bathroom mirrors, the windows overlooking the roof are angled to avoid showing camera equipment.
Let me be pregnant.
I'm sure this sparked some very creative fan fiction and art, but honestly, that's none of my business. Look, at this point, my search history has suffered enough.
Don't act like a crazy idiot.
Thanks.
Peralta, what the hell? I got eliminated.
Excuse me, officer.
Like the early episodes of season 1, this is closer to Stephanie Beatriz's actual voice. And like Amy, she approaches a sergeant, as we can see from this insignia. I get that they're not on the same floor or even in the same department, but surely a lower rank would be way less likely to recognize them.
Sweetheart, seriously, Hank, is that how you talk to women who come in here?
Jimmy Jabs.
Hank actually appears again later this season. His actor would go on to appear as a security guard for 2 episodes of both Community and Glow.
You're out?
And all I have to do to get Katie's number is beat Amy? Yay! Don't you dare touch Amy Jr. That's right. It's your baby.
Jake, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure thing.
I'm sure Amy carrying Jake's child here doesn't foreshadow anything, so don't even worry about it. I'll tell you when you're older.
You want to call off the bed?
Yet another incorrect title drop, but this one actually has some fun subtext. The bet is of course the episode with Jake and Amy's rooftop date, and kicks off the running theme of their competitive nature tying into their relationship.
You're gonna back out now just because you're losing? What is this, a riverboat casino on the River of No Rules?
Jake alludes to 1954's The River of No Return, which could be a dig at Rosa becoming blonde, as it famously features Marilyn Monroe.
You're still into Amy.
What?
Then prove it. Don't flirt with her at all.
Fine. But you better tell Katie to clear her schedule out Thursday.
I like that they included extras and motorcade attire alongside the standard uniforms, as a reminder that some people do actually just work here and aren't engaging with the squad's antics.
Because I am working nights until then, and the following weekend I am out of town. Let's do this.
Working nights doesn't make sense due to the designated night squad, but Jake being off next weekend does work with the timing of the next episode. While it aired on the 19th, meaning he should have been out of town, it's explicitly stated to take place on Halloween, which actually occurred on the following Friday.
Hey, Jake.
The squad is back to doing their actual jobs, which makes sense in the context of the game's schedule, as they likely skipped around due to Scully's early DQ and also needed time to let Gina set up the final.
Which victory dance should I do? This one? Or this one?
Both.
You must be pretty nervous.
Hey, Jake.
I hate you like a bug.
Cack?
Jake leans forward and picks up a pen between cuts, despite not moving.
We should go now.
What a high. You guys feel this way all the time?
Two of the new awards on the old briefing board are visible, and actors' tributes to Bobby Tupter and production assistant Matthew Kemp.
Next, I want you to tell everyone you think I'm handsome.
You are a monster.
This Chiron shows Terry's minimum 3-hour delay was optimistic, as it's now been over 5. Or 8, if we're going off Terry's watch.
So they're calling the drug Giggle Pig.
Chief Fisker does have the correct badge, but he should have stars on his shoulder instead of stripes. And the fact he can't have both is goddamn un-American.
Chief Fisker.
There's a photo of New York's historic Flatiron building behind Holt that has clearly just been hung over another frame. In a lot of other interior locations, they can get away with not doing this. But due to filming in the historic LA Times building, there's naturally a lot of Los Angeles-centric art.
There's no proof that Giggle Pig is a serious problem.
You're like the League of Nations in 36, just hoping the Abyssinian crisis resolves itself.
Okay, I'm definitely not qualified to explain the Abyssinian crisis, so instead I'll point out Boyle's suit from last episode actually featured the Empire of Abyssinia's flag.
You sound just like Victor Emmanuel III.
Holt's focus shifts to Terry, and then to Chief Fisker between cuts.
I have no idea who's winning.
How serious a threat do you really think Giggle Pig poses?
Very serious.
Or it could be nothing.
Fisker has a 9/11 memorial on his trophy shelf, alongside some certificates revealing his first name is Mitchell.
Or it could be the new crack.
The new crack?
What the?
Task force.
Let's make it happen.
We got a task force. More importantly, lunch sounds like lunch.
I got you riled up, and now you're running an expensive task force at a time of budget cuts.
This couldn't be further from the truth, as starting in 2014, Bill de Blasio would inflate the NYPD's annual budget by an average of $1 billion a year during his mayoral term.
Slam dunk. Return.
Not if we make those arrests. 3-point dunk.
As we learned from the Derek Jeter mention last episode, they do have at least some knowledge of sports, but I guess that just doesn't extend to basketball.
You guys really don't know enough about basketball to be doing this.
We have reached the final event of the Jimmy Jabs, the obstacle course.
Good luck. You're gonna need it.
Maybe not, as his lightning-fast reflexes snap his head towards Amy in the cuts.
Yes.
On your mark, get set, Rogan!
Gina's first non-mark name drop of the episode also appeared in the Lonely Island music video for Like a Boss. I've had to rewrite this section like 3 times, but I can now confirm this route makes sense if they cut through the briefing room. What doesn't make sense is how Hitchcock of all people managed to catch up to them. Passing the evidence room also confirms its location, and shows the corridor continues past the copy room. Neither of these are accurately represented in fan renders of the precinct, so I genuinely might make a smaller standalone video covering all of the oddities of the set.
Use a beanbag gun to get a snack.
These are closer to grenade launchers than NYPD beanbag guns, and they're firing blanks like Charles Boyle. Despite not hitting a single button and disappearing in the reflection, Jake releases a bag of Let's potato chips, and Amy gets a Scaddens bar, both of which are commonly used prop brands. I'm gonna briefly interrupt this suspenseful elevator action to point out this pegboard that reveals what the other floors are for. These departments aren't directly stated elsewhere, and the detective's floor is listed as Crimes Special Victims, so I doubt these are intended to be canon.
Head down to the first floor.
No pamphlet stand was present during Amy's earlier visits, and even though Gina specifies
A pamphlet about bullying.
the one Jake fails to cover up actually relates to victim circumstances.
Print out a picture of me using a laptop from 1982.
These laptops are newer than that, as is their operating system, but Gina is likely just being hyperbolic. While Jake gets some nice second-degree cold burns from the carbon dioxide extinguisher, Amy uses the power of obviously added and post dialogue to claim victory.
No broken rolling wheels! I finally won! Oh, yes!
Literally everyone other than Amy and Hitchcock saw this coming. He also was facing them, so he has no excuse. That motherfucker is just oblivious. Foam appears on Terry's hand in the cuts.
What's going on here?
Hitchcock is very handsome.
What you just saw was the Jimmy Jab games.
There's the second and final full title drop of the episode.
It's a bunch of dumb contests we play to kill the time. It's stupid, but we like it.
Clean this up.
Hitchcock's locker has 2 toy dinosaurs, a rubber chicken, and several menus. It's also right next to Lohank's locker, as seen in the apartment.
You're gonna pierce my ear? Wait, what are you doing in my locker?
Boyle's arm teleports to an even more incriminating position between cuts.
I can't make you look cool.
You think I'd just leave something that valuable lying around? I got it on me.
The stunt double uses a step just out of frame to make this move easier. Of all the scenes like this so far, this covers up the switch from the main actors the best, but a few small things still give it away. Jake has taken on janitorial duties for the first time since Halloween.
Let's go!
Sorry you lost.
I let Amy win.
This cutaway doesn't use the standard radio sound effect to transition out.
I'm not over her.
Boyle, get out.
I warmed up the seat.
Ugh, he did warm with the seat. It's like a fire pit.
This warm seat gambit happens 3 times throughout the show, which, if anything, makes it even more absurd.
I don't know what to do.
You call Katie. Gotta get out there, man.
Gina suggested the same thing to Boyle at the end of last season. That did end with them hooking up, so clearly Rosa and Jake are going to end up together. Let me know if I'm right, I've never seen the show. This deeply unserious conspiracy theory is actually kind of supported by Rosa mirroring Amy's earlier supports.
Good luck. Good luck.
I don't want to sound dramatic, but today has been sus. Well, that doesn't leave his office. Peralta and Santiago were cowards. Diaz was disrespectful. And I just saw Hitchcock and Boyle fighting like children.
The disrespect of not even mentioning Scully is funny and entirely warranted.
Winch didn't beat you. You think she's consumed with pettiness? You're no better.
Nah, bitch, I'm not being petty.
The task force is risky, but it gives us a chance to do a lot of good in the community.
Terry smartly calls back to Holt's earlier critique of Wunsch.
She doesn't care about the community. I suppose I have let Madeline distract me.
Which is why I think Rosa should lead the task force.
Agreed.
We end at Schur's with Rosa and Amy in the background, which is rarely done with main cast members to limit their working hours. A huge thank you to Certified Sweethearts Crystal Cloud, Hunter Lee, and Tori Rancor, as well as Naoka, Con Gamer, Jake Bizzle, FMM, and Phil for becoming members. I think that's the most new ones we've had in a while, so thank you all so much for the support. It genuinely continues to blow me away. So I will see you in 2 weeks to dig in some dirt, be blind, have a little nose that goes wee, 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 wee.
Just ripped off a quick 12K, 14 if you count the cooldown. I never do.
Go ahead.
Right on. People who drive cars should be round up and shot, and that is not an exaggeration. Yeah, I've always said you never really experience New York until you feel the city blowing between your thighs.
What are you talking about, Jake?
Jake? Who's Jake? I'm bike rights activist Greg, and I live to cycle now.
Eliminated.
Not a doctor.
Crack.